about the purity, death, and transition of Orisha Yewa. Yewa, the Òrìṣà of purity and transition, is revered as the custodian of cemeteries and the guide of souls through the journey of death and rebirth. Her energy represents dignity, serenity, and the elegance of transformation. Yewa embodies spiritual cleanliness and serves as a bridge between the physical and ancestral realms, ensuring the orderly passage of life's transitions. Orisha Yewa, the guardian of chastity, solitude, and transformation, is the divine force that governs the liminal space between life and death. As the Òrìṣà of the cemetery, purity, and spiritual discipline, she is associated with the mysteries of the afterlife and the transition of the soul. Unlike Orisha Iku, who represents the inevitability of death, Yewa embodies the soul's journey in the realm of the dead, guiding spirits and those who seek divine knowledge through introspection and solitude. Her presence in the 16 odomei reveals her role as the protector of sacred vows, the guardian of hidden wisdom, and the one who teaches that spiritual strength is cultivated through discipline, purity, and devotion. Across the 16 odomei, Yewa offers teachings on transformation, spiritual purity, and the importance of honoring life's cycles. In Eji Ogbe, Yewa manifests as the divine force of solitude and inner enlightenment, showing that those who embrace self-discipline and meditation will receive divine wisdom. She teaches that spiritual knowledge is often found in silence and detachment from worldly distractions. In Oyekumeji, she governs the realm of the ancestors, revealing that death is not to be feared, but understood as a sacred transformation. Here, she teaches that the soul's journey continues beyond the grave, and that those who respect the dead will receive their guidance. Meji highlights her role as the guardian of sacred mysteries, ensuring that esoteric knowledge is only revealed to those who are truly prepared. She teaches that purity of heart and mind is the key to unlocking divine secrets. In Odomei, Yewa governs seclusion and sacred vows, showing that those who dedicate themselves to a higher purpose must maintain discipline and avoid worldly temptations. She teaches that not all paths require marriage or children, and that spiritual fulfillment can be found through devotion. Meji reveals her connection to ancestral wisdom, showing that spirits communicate with those who respect their presence and honor them. Here, she reminds us that neglecting our spiritual responsibilities can lead to unrest, both for the living and the dead. Meji portrays her as the force that teaches through solitude, ensuring that those who isolate themselves for spiritual growth will emerge stronger. She warns, however, that isolation without purpose can lead to despair. In Obàtálá, Yewa appears as the giver of hidden wealth, revealing that true prosperity is found in wisdom rather than material riches. She teaches that knowledge is a treasure that must be guarded and used responsibly. Meji presents her as the silent warrior, revealing that battles are not always fought with weapons, but with patience and endurance. She teaches that true strength lies in resisting temptation and remaining steadfast in one's convictions. Odomei highlights her role as a spiritual warrior, showing that she defends those who dedicate themselves to their spiritual paths. She teaches that those who remain pure in purpose will always find protection. In Osameji, she governs divine visions and prophetic dreams, showing that those who walk the path of solitude will receive messages from the divine. She teaches that true insight comes to those who are willing to detach from the noise of the world. Ikemeji emphasizes her role as the healer of the soul, revealing that many emotional and spiritual wounds can only be healed through deep reflection. She teaches that purification of the mind and heart leads to peace. Meji portrays her as the enforcer of spiritual oaths, ensuring that those who swear vows to the divine must uphold them. She teaches that breaking sacred commitments carries severe consequences. In Meji, Yewa governs the cycle of spiritual initiation, reminding us that every seeker must go through periods of isolation and self-reflection before attaining wisdom. She teaches that transformation requires sacrifice, Meiji reveals her as the protector of sacred spaces, ensuring that cemeteries, temples, and places of power remain undisturbed. Meiji connects her to spiritual cleansing, showing that devotion and purity of thought allow one to reach higher levels of consciousness. Finally, in Meiji, Yewa represents the highest state of spiritual discipline, where solitude, wisdom, and divine connection merge into true enlightenment. She teaches that those who dedicate themselves to their spiritual calling, who remain pure in their purpose, and who embrace solitude as a tool for growth, will find themselves in harmony with both the living and the ancestors. Across all 16 Odumeji, Yewa teaches that solitude is not loneliness, but a sacred journey towards self-discovery, that purity of thought and action lead to wisdom, and that the dead are never truly gone. They are our silent guides, watching over us with unseen eyes. Her lesson is clear. Those who walk the path of discipline, who respect the mysteries of life and death, and who seek divine knowledge through self-reflection will be blessed with clarity, protection, and wisdom beyond measure. The light of dignified beginnings in Odifa Ogbemeji. In Odu Ogbemeji, Yewa represents the purity and clarity needed to initiate dignified new beginnings. Myths recount Yewa blessing an individual with spiritual insight to ensure their path was free from unnecessary obstacles. This Odu teaches the querent to start with clean intentions and maintain integrity. The guardian of life cycles in Odifa Oyekumeji. In Odu Oyekumeji, Yewa oversees the delicate balance between life and death, ensuring that transitions occur gracefully. Myths describe Yewa guiding souls to the ancestral realm with care and compassion. This Odu emphasizes the importance of embracing endings as necessary for new beginnings. The revealer of inner purity in Odifa Iworimeji. In Odu Iworimeji, Yewa uncovers the purity of intention hidden within the querent. Myths tell of Yewa helping a devotee find clarity and resolve through self-reflection. This Odu encourages the querent to examine their inner motivations and align their actions with spiritual truth. The protector of sacred spaces in Odifa Odimeji. In Odu Odimeji, Yewa safeguards the sanctity of sacred spaces, including cemeteries and ancestral shrines. Myths recount her role in ensuring these areas remained undisturbed by negative energies. This Odu teaches the querent to respect sacred places and honor their spiritual significance. The nurturer of spiritual transformation in Odu Irosunmeji. In Odu Irosunmeji, Yewa nurtures spiritual transformation by encouraging the querent to release attachments that no longer serve them. Myths describe her helping a grieving family find peace through ritual and reflection. This Odu highlights the healing power of letting go. The flow of ancestral wisdom in Odu Ifa Onrinmeji. In Odu Onrinmeji, Yewa channels the wisdom of the ancestors to guide the living. Myths tell of Yewa facilitating communication between the ancestral and physical realms to resolve familial disputes. This Odu emphasizes the importance of honoring ancestral guidance. Strength through purity in Obarameji. In Odu Obarameji, Yewa teaches that strength comes from maintaining spiritual purity and ethical behavior. Myths recount her assisting a devotee in overcoming temptation by staying true to their principles. This Odu advises the querent to cultivate moral resilience. Justice in transition in Odifa Okanranmeji. In Odu Okanranmeji, Yewa ensures justice during transitions, holding individuals accountable for their actions. Myths describe Yewa mediating disputes about burial rites, restoring harmony through fairness. This Odu highlights the importance of equitable actions in times of change. The clearer of pathways to ancestral realms in Odu Ifa Ogundameji. In O Ogundameji, Yewa clears the pathways for souls to transition smoothly to the ancestral realm. Myths recount her protecting the newly deceased from wandering spirits, ensuring their safe journey. This ode teaches the querent to seek closure and clarity in unresolved matters. The corrector of spiritual imbalances in Odifa odomei. In Odu Osameji, Yewa corrects spiritual imbalances by guiding the querent toward purification and renewal. Myths describe Yewa intervening to cleanse a polluted sacred site, restoring its energy. This Odu emphasizes the importance of spiritual hygiene in maintaining harmony. The revealer of hidden dangers in Odu Ifaika Meyi. In Odu Ika Meiji, Yewa exposes hidden spiritual dangers that threaten the querent. Myths describe her warning a family about a cursed burial ground, allowing them to take corrective action. This Odu advises vigilance and reliance on spiritual insight to navigate unseen challenges. The reconciler of souls in Odifa Oturupon Meji. In Odu Oturupon Meji, Yewa reconciles souls by helping them find peace with their transitions. Myths recount her guiding two estranged brothers to resolve their differences through rituals honoring their ancestors. This Odu teaches the value of forgiveness and reconciliation. The Guide to New Beginnings in Odifa Otura Meji. In Odu Otura Meji, Yewa inspires the querent to embrace new beginnings with grace and dignity. Myths tell of Yewa assisting a widow in rebuilding her life after loss, showing her the strength in renewal. This ode encourages resilience and trust in divine timing. Advocate for legacy and respect in Odu Ifa Mei. In Odu Erete Meiji, Yewa emphasizes the importance of preserving one's legacy and respecting traditions. Myths describe her guiding a family to uphold ancestral rituals, ensuring their blessings continued. This Odu teaches the querent to honor their roots while creating a meaningful legacy. The harmonizer of energy flow in Odu Ifa Osemeji. In Odu Osemeji, Yewa harmonizes the flow of spiritual and material energies, ensuring they align with divine order. Myths tell of her role in blessing rituals that brought balance to a struggling community. This Odu highlights the power of intentional alignment in fostering peace. The eternal guardian of purity in Odi Fofunmeji. In O Ofunmeji, Yewa represents the eternal purity that underpins all creation. Myths describe her as the unchanging force that ensures the continuity of divine order. This Odu teaches the querent to align with universal principles of purity and balance.